Welcome into week 4 of our Haunted Video Store crochet blanket. We have a little bit of a bigger section of the blanket that we're working up this week. So first of all, you and I need to take a moment to celebrate. We've made it through all 3 weeks. We have 3 squares right here. So we have already finished up a portion of the blanket. We need to celebrate the moments as they come. That's the main thing about this crochet along, right? Like, we're having fun. We're celebrating the countdown to Halloween. The fact that this is a little bit bigger, it could go obviously one of 2 ways, right? Either you're excited to do more, you're like, okay, that square was not really that much. I only did 4 rows every day. That was cake, no problem. Or you could be looking at this week being like, okay, this is gonna be a little rough. There are a lot of rows here. We have 45 rows in total, and it's the entire width of the blanket. So yeah, just looking at it in our Halloween planner, it does seem like a lot, but I'm here to tell you, I think you're gonna love it. Even if you're a little bit scared of it, it's going to be a really good week because it's a very repetitive stitch. The way that I wrote this out, I would have been a little annoyed at myself if we only were able to do like 1 or 2 rows every single night. If I would have spread it across quite a few more days, I would not have liked that because it's one of those stitches, once you get in it, you just wanna go. So what I'm gonna say is, if you're in that last category, you're a little bit nervous about this week coming up, this is where the planner is really going to be key. So be super real with yourself. Morning, night, evening, whenever you've been working this up. I've been doing it in the evening, obviously, to go along with my movies. What days are looking like you have a little extra time? Like, you can sit down and maybe have 1 or 2 movies. Maybe take advantage fully of series Saturday, which we're going to be watching the Wednesday series, the first season of Wednesday. We have that entire, there's 8 episodes, but they're all like an hour-ish. If you have Saturday free, you could just really get into it on Saturday, Sunday with the Ghoul Log, and we're watching In a Violent Nature, which is the perfect movie to have in the background as you're crocheting and just kind of get in the zone. If you haven't seen it, it's a slasher movie from the perspective of the slasher. They're just walking through some nature. It's a movie to throw on when you don't really want to pay attention because you don't have to. You kind of know how it's gonna go, and it's so slow, like painfully slow as they're walking through, that you're almost forced to really look at all the nature. And you're like, wow, beautiful trees, beautiful setting. Okay, slasher moment, and moving on. We're walking again. It is a love-hate movie. There is nothing in between. So if you've already seen it and you're like, no, that's not for me, I get it, but I really enjoyed it. We're having a little bit of ambiance in the background. I'm just saying, that's a good one on Sunday. Since we're talking about movies, let's just go through the entire movie selection that we have for this week. On Monday is the movie Watcher. Tuesday, Mandy, another Nicolas Cage moment. Wednesday, The Hunt. Thursday, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Friday is the Blair Witch Project. Saturday, Wednesday season 1. Sunday, In a Violent Nature. And then obviously the Ghoul Log. You can watch that as long as you want to. They run about an hour long. You can just hit repeat, repeat. It asks you at the end, it's like, are you still watching? Be like, yes, I am. Start it over. Have some jack-o'-lanterns crackling in the background as we're working up this portion of our blanket. I will say, this has become my favorite section of this entire crochet along. Like, I'm really looking forward to Mondays and going through all the movies that I watched last week. I didn't watch any extra ones. This week, though, I do have 3 extra ones that I want to watch. At some point, this scrapbook page is probably going to be turning into 2, maybe 3 pages in total. But for right now, I was able to get it all on the back of the planner. So just the 1 page. I hope this has been nice for you too. Just a little check-in here in the Yarn Dungeon. How are you doing? How is the blanket going? And also, what movies are you watching? Which I've been loving, so please continue to do that. We are halfway through August. Okay, planning everything out is going to get more and more important, and also I'm sure that you have other things that you're going to be doing. Pumpkin patch, apple orchard, haunted houses, all of those things. Feel free to print this planner out as many pages as you want. You can have one for the crochet along, print out another one. What are your activities that you're doing for the week? That's what I plan on doing anyway. I have fully printed out my entire month of September, Monday through Sunday, and everything is packed packed, especially Thursday through Sunday. Those days are really, really packed. I tried my best to leave Sunday as my slow Sunday, and so far it is, but I mean, last minute things happen. So far, it's totally been a moment where I can work on my blankets, make some tea, have some coffee, light a candle, and just enjoy all the spooky moments. It's gonna get even more important that I have that slow Sunday because the leaves are gonna start changing pretty soon, and I'm gonna crochet outside a little bit more. Right now, it's still super hot and humid. Like right now, the idea of crocheting outside, no thank you. It is 100,000,000% humidity outside. Having a giant piece of crochet on me does not sound appealing, but it will be arriving soon. Here is the finished part that we're going to be working up today. The tutorial is fully out if you want to crochet along with me. The granny spike stitch center, that's what we're making right here with all these colors. There's 5 different colors. If you're following along exactly like mine is, in the tutorial I did put the color chart and also when we're changing, basically every 2 rows except for that very first row. So we are going to be cutting every single color at the end of every 2 rows, which seems like a lot to weave in, which is why it's important that we're weaving in as we go. And I am the worst offender of that. I know, absolutely. I mean, I have my square from last week. I haven't woven in either of those, and I talk about it all the time. So that is what I'm doing right after this little chit chat with you. I'm weaving those in. There's going to be a lot of ends. When you go to cut the working yarn and switch over to the other color, cut a little bit more than you think you're gonna need. So I hope that you're excited about this section and you're not too scared of the amount that we have to work up this week. It is genuinely one of my favorite stitches to work up. The look of it really changes depending on the colorway that you're using. Also, it makes a thick and cozy stitch. There's not a lot of space in between it. Even with my tension, which is pretty loose, we have a really nice thick piece of fabric that it creates. One last thing before I let you go. This weekend, I was a little bit under the weather and ended up sleeping quite a bit. I don't know, I was fighting something. So the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday video from last week, we're not forgetting about those. They definitely will be coming out this week. I just had to keep moving forward because we had a full-on tutorial coming out today for the blanket, and also this chit chat. We had to set up our planner and everything. So I'm not forgetting about those. It just means you're gonna have a lot of videos coming your way for this week, which actually might work out okay since we have a lot to crochet. All right, so that's it for today. I hope that you're excited about this week. You have your planner already. Don't forget to tag me if you follow me on Instagram, hashtag 100 Nights of Fiber Frights, if you're setting up your planner and putting all the stickers and everything on it. Have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you in my next video.